Officially, the government of Cameroon has responded to the outing of some Catholic bishops who were calling President Paul Biya to go on retirement. So the government of Cameroon said President Paul Biya has not declared he is standing at the upcoming presidential election in Cameroon. This is official because it came through the Minister of Communication, Rene Emmanuel Sadi. And we are going to go through the communicate. And before we do that, remember to subscribe, share our videos, and also drop your own comment. There is panic in Yaoundé, and we have to talk about it. Now, some ministers came out, already responded to it, but we did not consider it official. But now we are saying official because this is a letter coming from the presidency through the Minister of Communication. It says, Ministry of Communication, government statement, declaration by a certain bishops of the Roman Catholic Church on the 2025 presidential election in Cameroon. So the focus is on the presidential election in Cameroon. The first paragraph, you see, during the past few days, more specifically following the head of state end of year's message to the nation, we have been a witness to various reactions on mainstream and social media from our fellow citizens, including those of some prelates of the Catholic Church in reaction to this year's presidential election. So that is the first paragraph is talking focus on that all these things started when President Paul Biya gave his end of year speech. And there, he indirectly said that he would run for the presidential election. He is more determined to go in for another term of office. The second paragraph says, while recognizing the right of all to freely express their opinion within the ambit of the laws of the Republic, the government deeply deploys the vehemence of some declaration focused solely on the presidential state and based on a misleading and inaccurate interpretation of the word of the President of the Republic. So he is saying that there was a misunderstanding, misinterpretation of the word of the President of the Republic. But he openly told Cameroonians that he is more than determined to lead Cameroon, more than determined than ever before. And that is where everybody who on to, that he indirectly say he will run for. More than determined within how many months remaining? Is that the period that he is more determined? For 41 years, 42 years in office, he was not determined. And that is where everybody knew that he would go in for another 7 years in office. And that is where the bishops were provoked. And they came out to cry out that he should not. 92 years is not. So, and also in Cameroon, there is no freedom of speech. There is freedom of speech, but there is no freedom of speech after the speech. You are not free after that. So the government should refuse because they are censoring everything. They edit everything, all the medias in Cameroon. The other paragraph, the third paragraph says, in this regard, it should be recalled that the President of the Republic has been invested with a 7 years mandate, which will run out in a few months. As such, it is entirely up to him to reassure his fellow citizens of his determination to fully assume it with the same enthusiasm and commitment. So that the Constitution has given President Paul Biya 7 years mandate in office, and he is remaining with some few months to finish. And then it is up to President Paul Biya to say whether he will go home or he will remain in office. But he already told us that he is more than determined than ever before to run Cameroon. So we don't know. That is the statement we are holding on to. The other paragraph said that, moreover, the government wishes to point out that Cameroon is a secular state where religions coexist in harmony and maintain peaceful relations with a public authority. Yeah, that in Cameroon, it is a secular state where religious and coexist with government and many other things for the sake of peace. No, the government is manipulating everybody, so that's one we have nothing to say about it. It says, this therefore implies that there is no conflict between the government and a religious denomination, in this case, the Catholic Church. He said that there is no conflict between the government. I told you people that the only people the government is afraid of is the church. If it was an individual or an organization, they could have just banned that organization. But the church, especially the Catholic Church, because it is a country on its own, with their headquarters or their country, Vatican. They have passport, they have embassy and whatsoever, like any other country. So there is no conflict between the Catholic Church or any religious denomination with the government. So they are trying to pamper them, that they should not be too harsh on them as if they have problems. He continued by saying that in the same vein, the government reaffirms that Cameroon is a democratic state that respects the rule of law, where citizens, whoever they may be, can freely express themselves and make known their point of view on major issue of the nation. That one, I deny it, I refute it, because this is the very thing that the teachers and the lawyer came out, express their opinion, open out their heart, and say this is what they are going through. But the government responded harshly and brutally. Mancho BBC came out crying because of root, but the government came out brutalizing, because this one, I deny it. There is no opinion. The government does not take any opinion in Cameroon. He continued by saying that as a matter of fact, the government considered that the clear-cut declaration made by some religious authority on the upcoming presidential election was smart of a pure speculation are the sole responsibility of those authority and can in no way call into question the relationship between the state and a religious denomination, nor influence the free choice of Cameroonians who will, when the time comes, make up their mind in all sovereignty and responsibility. So he is saying here that if tomorrow President Paul Biya say he is standing, the Catholic Church and all religious denominations should know that it is the choice of the Cameroonians that choose him, decided that he should represent them. No. Cameroonians, you ask all Cameroonians, there is no one that would sincerely tell you that the problem in Cameroon is not President Paul Biya. So I don't know where CBTN usually see these people and say that it is the choice of of Cameroonians. No. He continued by saying, by the way, with regard to his possible candidacy for the presidency of the Republic, President Paul Biya has clearly stated before that at the appropriate time he will disclose whether or not he will be seeking re-election. That President Paul Biya have opened up to all Cameroonians that when the time will come, he will tell Cameroonians whether he will be seeking another re-election or he will be going home on retirement. That is something that he said for many years. I think before there was a visit in Cameroon, I think it was Emmanuel Macron that asked that question and he answered it. This end of year, he did not mention it. So President Paul Biya, we are sure that he will run for the upcoming presidential election. He continued by saying, as of now, any controversy on this issue is unnecessary. So any controversy, any debate, or any talking concerning President Paul Biya candidacy for the upcoming presidential election, according to the government, is unnecessary. But we are saying that Cameroonians have to talk, because this talking, the way the Catholic bishops came out, it threatened the government. If all Cameroonians can come out like that to prove to the international community or to everyone that nobody is supporting President Paul Biya, it is okay. So it is not unnecessary. He continued by saying that the government, that is the last paragraph, the government therefore invites everyone to stick to this answer, to hold this answer, while urging all those who aspire to the presidential office to prepare themselves in the best possible way to take part in this election. The government is closely working with a competent structure to ensure that this election is organized in a serene, transparent, and peaceful atmosphere. The Minister of Communication, government spokesman, a person, Rene Emmanuel Sadi, signed. And then he called on other people to prepare themselves for the upcoming presidential election, that they have to, and that the government will do everything possible to organize free, fair, and transparent, peaceful election come 2025. But for now, nobody should talk concerning the candidacy of President Paul Biya. But I am saying that while we Cameroonians, we are going to talk, because it is the talking that is helping us. If through the talking, President Paul Biya can stop and go on retirement, then it is okay for us. We are looking for ways to send him home so that he can rest and be with his great-grandchildren. That is our message.